and this is day 5 of Voiddude'S 1 year anniversary stream. Hey, Dennis Dale. Hey, I'm Joseph. Welcome to, this is day 5 of the Voiddude'S 1 year anniversary stream week. 2 more days until Voiddude'S 1 year anniversary. What is hard now? It's very Japanese. It was the 5th day of Voiddude'S 1 year anniversary stream week. And yeah, 2 days until Voiddude'S 1 year anniversary. Sure. So I haven't been able to get to much. It's just, well, I already commented. I just haven't been able to get to the stuff because I was at freaking Lowe's when we were doing this. Yeah, I was at freaking Lowe's doing when you tagged me this. So what's your favorite heavy duty record truck? Record trucks. I'm also like the Kenworth W990. Yeah, I'm also like the Kenworth. I don't know. There. Yeah, I'm also like the Kenworth W990 or the Peterbilt 589s. They basically run like that. The 589 record. I also do like the Kenworth W900S ones as well.
What's the biggest fish you ever caught, Rob?
48-pound flathead.
What's the most fish?
Oh yeah, and a funny idea. Very searching that. Pretty good, pretty good ones there. It doesn't look like they really have any like real brand trucks. The orange and white one. Okay. That is that. Oh, hey, uh, guess I title official 101. This is day 5 of Void Dude's 1 year anniversary stream week, just 2 days away from Void Dude's 1 year anniversary. Yeah, so because this was the first ever version of Void Dude, so I'm actually going to be sharing some facts about Void Dude. Yeah, so here's some facts about Void Dude, and that is, well, since you're a newer member of the convoy, you might as well share facts. So I hate squad trucks. Yeah, I don't like them either. I actually, for a fact, I actually made a video.
Not only because the truck is squatting, but also because any guy who would voluntarily do this to his truck probably.
Yeah, thing is, my neighbor actually used to drive a squatter truck, but I believe he sold it because I have not seen it in his driveway at all. So I believe he sold it, and now he drives around in a stupid Charger. Which, yeah, he just drives around in a stupid Charger. Yeah, this one's the first ever version of Void Dude. This was his first ever design, being made on March 29th, 2025. This was the person who created. This was the person who helped me create the Alexa View thing right here. Was the first, or was pretty much the person that helped me create a lot of my earlier Void Dude designs. Go by their oldest videos. You scroll down a bit. Here. See, there it is, right here. This one right here. This is when they created it. I know the video was created on March 28th, but it wasn't up until like the 29th that like I don't know when I pretty much made Voiddude official. It was like 2 a.m. I was just on the middle of the night, and that's what led me to make that his first official design. They also made a few other drawings of Voiddude for me, being this was his first ever fan art, which I was able to go in and archive this. This was his first ever fan art that they made. Let's put this in once. Sure. And it doesn't come up with wool. I'm saying it comes up with like a truck, but okay, so and yeah, so those are the first two Voiddude designs that existed, and this was actually created on the same exact day that Sparky Voiddude was created. And then they went on a hiatus for like a month, which then led me to make Voiddude's first Vocaloid design. Since at that time, like even before that time, I actually had the ideas and designs of Voiddude's versions made. See, it was the other one they made. Sprunky Phase 2. Voiddude. Yeah, see, this is it. And then this was Voiddude the Dodge thing, which I later replaced with Voiddude. That's what Voiddude used to look like. I actually had another design for him, but unfortunately I was unable to archive it because they deleted the post that posted that design on. And unfortunately, they were not a member of the convoy for very long. I think their channel might actually be dead. Because, oh hey, Emma Rants. Yeah. Oh yeah, that. Well, I'm currently sharing some Voiddude history right here. Yeah, some Voiddude history right here. I'm sharing some Voiddude history. And so when I was requesting them to draw him, to draw this Voiddude, well, I actually added the little V8 logo actually pretty recently. I literally just screenshotted this from the video I just showed. I just screenshotted it straight from it. At that time, I actually did not know how to crop images. Well, hey, Abby, currently telling some Voiddude history right here. Yeah, this was Voiddude's first ever design. Scrumpy Void. And you see he was created. So, this person here, um, Alexa Video Fame, they actually helped me create a lot of Voiddude's earlier designs. Yeah, a few of Voiddude's earlier designs. I made a fan made music video. When does notification start up? Yeah. Yeah, I pretty much have the notifications on pretty much all the time. So Abby's first ever design was the jam bounce scarf type. Yeah, it seems like you have actually been into Yo's and stuff actually longer than me, because I think the oldest video you have is like all the way from February of 2025, which for a fact in February 2025 is when I actually started thinking of Voiddude'S designs and stuff. And then a month later in March, so yeah, Alexa Video thing, they helped me make a lot of Voiddude'S early designs. They were a super awesome person. Like with yeah, they were a great person. But for some reason their parents for some reason hate me, and they never said why or anything. Type this with my toe. Yeah. Well, I did actually type a comment with my elbow once, and it's not the easiest thing in the world. Yeah, so that's that. That's pretty cool. And real sounds like me. Wow. And yeah, it was a piece of Voiddude history. And so yeah, when I was, and they pretty much like requested, like they, yeah, like I said, they were a super awesome person. And also, they like, role plays that I do sometimes. Yeah, I sometimes do role play in the comments, and they like doing role plays in comments just as much as I did. So pretty much, we just do these role plays like pretty much almost all day. Alexa video thing seems weird. Yeah, they are. I mean, their videos are a bit weird, but like I said, super awesome person. Because making Voiddude would have been a whole lot harder. Yeah, it would have been a whole lot harder if it weren't for that. Because I pretty much made the request, which I was like going back and forth, like, well, they actually don't make videos anymore, so just don't go attack them. Like I said, they may seem weird, but like I said, super awesome person. And when I was requesting them to design, I was like, I was like really switching back and forth. Like, should I have a design for Void Dude, or should I? Because there were multiple times where I was like, say like just what I was. There were multiple times where I almost abandoned Void Dude as a project, and its future was pretty much uncertain. But but I was so happy when they tagged me in this video when I saw the notification that they tagged me. I was so happy. Yeah, I was just so happy. Look at this. On the Sprunky Jevin song, my thing here is literally the top result. Oh, Jevin. Add that in my light, since it's a piece of Void Dude history. You're right there. Okay. You know, like I said, they were kind of weird, but like I said, super awesome person. And also, they were a fan of Void Dude as well. Like, they made these, like, just really crap animations, but, and, like, this shows how much Void Dude has evolved. And on Void Dude's 1 year anniversary, on March 29th, I'll actually make a video talking about the entire. I'll put it on my V8 commentary series. It'll pretty much be the entire history of Void Dude. And also, it'll be the entire history of the convoy as well. Okay, so. Yeah, so. Yeah, like I said, likes the people thing, they may see. Oh, Jevin. But super awesome person. And so now I'm very much going to explain my evolution of his designs. This was his first Sprunky design. And I actually did end up archiving, which I know it's like really blurry, but this was his very first Vocaloid design. If you can see very faintly, you can see the eyes, the brown eyes. I did not use pupils at all. I didn't even know what any of that crap even was. That was the hat, that was the hair, that was the shirt. Those were the boots. And it was like, well, I know it looks really bad, but I mean, it still looked bad even in higher quality. But yeah, I drew this. This was my first ever Void Dude drawing. This is when I discovered tracing where I could trace Voiddude onto land. Yeah, then on May 2nd, I redesigned him to look like this, which looked a whole lot better. Well, he actually looked slightly worse than this, but pretty much the only real changes I did was I just smoothed out the edges. And also, if you're wondering what this random black corner is, on certain designs of land, he has this like weird like cape thing on the back of his neck, and it was like really interfering with it. So I just drew that black corner there. That's why it's there. I don't think anyone really noticed it. Then with Spunky Face 2 Voiddude, this has been his only design, honestly, because it looks good. Spunky Face 2 looks pretty good. Then this was my first good Voiddude drawing, was Mesmerizing Voiddude. And this stuck as like one of my best Voiddude drawings for a while. And it was based off Mesmerizer Land. I mean, the edges are still quite bad, but it looks good. Then I don't really classify it as fan art, but it was just an AI picture that Harry the Reactor made, and I just thought I'd keep it. And I just simply tag this one on Voiddude AI edition, just because. And then this was Voiddude'S, which Voiddude'S was the first ever Voiddude ship that both me and Alexa Fang made. Yeah, that both me and Alexa Fang did. And we also did those role plays as well. Oh, hey, just talking about some Voiddude history. I mean, I will talk about this all over again. Like, pretty much, it's 2 days until Voiddude's 1-year anniversary. So, I'll do this on my V8 commentary series that I do. In V8 commentary, I will explain the entire history of Voiddude, including the history of the convoy, history of his drawings. So yeah, the first Voiddude ship was Voiddude'S, which me and Alexa Fang made. And then after that, I pretty much came up with other Voiddude ships. Like, my second Voiddude ship idea I had was Voiddude'S, which is actually a pretty well-known one. It's pretty much the most known ship of Voiddude is Voiddude'S. Yeah, and this is the only ship Voiddude fan art which actually looks pretty good. Then this was the first fan art I got of Vocaloid Voiddude, which was made by a former member of the convoy. And oh yeah, this little watermark right here, which this part gets crazy, so stick with me. And that was so for a short period of time I actually had to put watermarks on my stuff because someone was impersonating me. Yeah, pretty much for almost the entire month of September. They were just straight up stealing. They were stealing my exact style of comments. They stole my profile picture. And plus, they did a pretty botched job at it, so it was actually kind of easy to tell that it was fake because, first of all, and kind of a fact that some of the newer members don't know, like, pretty much all of the newer members of the convoy, was my original username was Voiddude'S thing. Basically inspired by Alexaville thing. Yeah, I stuck to Voiddude'S thing, then I eventually renamed it to Wrench Boy Voiddude Rusty. And yeah, pretty much this impersonator of me pretty much did a pretty botched job at trying to impersonate me because, first of all, the username was misspelled since it was the Voiddude part that was misspelled, where instead of being spelled as Voiddude, it was spelled as Voidude. They didn't put in the double D. And also the profile picture was very blurry, so it was actually, and I think it just screenshot straight from my channel and just set it as pairs. And one thing that they got scary accurate was my handle. Was the only different thing they used for my handle was they used a lowercase L instead of a capital I. And it was genuinely scary. But the convoy was able to help me out with it. It was able to get him to stop.
Singing Christmas carols. That's us, that's right. Gotta love this American ride. Both ends of the ocean burning. Funny how the world keeps turning. Look, Mom, no hands. I love this American ride. Gotta love this American ride.
One of my absolute favorite songs right now. Here we go, this is very sincere in the right order. It's better just view like this because it's in the right order.
I'm Ryan Millsap, political outsider, an American.
I hate politics with
ego off, I don't know, 5 feet from your ears. The 7th.
Al?
Zung ghetto ramp I've ever seen. Have a campfire, which I threw a can of pork and beans in there, and I completely forgot about it, not even thinking anything of it, of what could happen. But that blew up, and it zung past my face so bad that if I was an inch forward, it would have ripped my nose off. Whoa!
Get back on the boat. And we left them there.
They had to reverse their plan.
I know.
You know what? I know you were going to do it to us, so we're going to do it to you instead.
Yo! Yeah, right.
Have a fun night.
We decided to camp out on that island, build some skate ramps. Dude, this is the most ghetto ramp I've ever seen. Have a campfire, which I threw a can of pork and beans in there, and I completely forgot about it, not even thinking anything of it, of what could happen. But that blew up, and it zung past my face so bad that if I was an inch forward, it would have ripped my nose off. Whoa! Oh man, that was awesome.
You know, that episode kind of got crazy. Everybody was just trying to take it to another level, messing with each other. At one point, I think Glom had this idea to
Oh, I think that one viewer was me.
put frogs in Bam's tent. So he put all these like slimy ass frogs in the tent, and then
Cheese. No, no. Oh. That's right. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna hold on.
Sing a Christmas carol. That's us, that's right. Gotta love this American ride. Both ends of the ozone burning. Funny how the world keeps turning. Look, Mom, no hands. I love this American ride. Gotta love this American ride. Sing a Christmas carol. That's us, that's right. Gotta love this American ride. Both ends of the ozone burning.
Hey, Tony, I remember you. So it was day 5, the Voiddude'S 1 year anniversary stream week, and yeah, it's doing good as usual. So yeah, it's some pretty cool stuff. I like this is probably the funniest Voiddude drawing I've ever made. Well, it's not really Voiddude. It's just Yuri, but with Voiddude's hat. Because in one of my hater diss videos, this is probably the funniest hater diss video to ever exist. And then, yeah, this is it. And yes, I know I look like Yuri. Monica messed with my character file again, and now I look like Yuri. So don't ask why. I never thought the face, just the face, makes me laugh. Chill. Thanks. But I'd have to make another video on. And when I didn't have any time to fix that video since shortly like the day after I made it, I was in South Carolina. Then I made the comeback video. And yeah, it's then here's a number, pretty much my expansion into the DDLC fandom. Yeah, I'm pretty much in free fandoms now, and my expansion into the DDLC fandom has actually gone pretty good. It's a pretty funny picture I made. Sayori holding pressure washing nozzle. I use it as a thumbnail. Right. Yes. I love comments. I just love them. I just love comments. Yeah, I use this as a thumbnail for one of my pressure washing streams. Where it's Sayori holding pressure washing nozzle.
Singing Christmas carols. That's us, that's right. Gotta love this American ride. Both ends of the ozone burning. Funny how the world keeps turning. Look, Mom, no hands. I love this American ride. Gotta love this American ride.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this hashtag just because.
Singing Christmas.
I put American Ride by Toby Keith as the song. A sneak peek for something Voiddude related. You gotta take a guess at what this is gonna be. Now I'm using this for something. This is the player character from DDLC. So take a guess at what I'm using this for. BeamNG, nice. Yeah, I like it. I like it. This is the first video I made with the intro. Where it's a towing test. Never funny DDLC related thing I made. Alright, I forgot I made this video. This is the worst game. And yeah, this game was actually truly awful. It's the worst game I ever have. By the way, this is exactly what Voiddude would do to Dancer from DDLC. This is exactly what he would do to him. Basically, Dansuki is. Whoa, 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 whoa. Basically put a bag of his favorite item. There we go. Yeah, baggie of his favorite item, taped to the windshield, and it reaches from the bag to total truck. Candy! This is basically what Voiddude does to Tatsu. He'd be like, Baggy's favorite item taped to the windshield, and if he reaches for the bag, he gets dragged under the truck while it's going at high speed, by the way.
Right my fucking eye! For 1 mile. I can do this, but you gotta help me. You gotta hold my hand this whole time. All we gotta do is hang on for 1 mile.
I don't know how to make a drawing like that. Yeah, I do want to make that drawing. Yeah, basically this.
Candy. Candy. Candy.
Yeah, so that's basically what Voiddude would do to Datsu with the DLC, and that is making him hang on to the hood of the truck while going about 40 miles an hour. Has a chain attached to the drive shaft and bagging of his prized possession taped to the windshield. And if he goes in and reaches for the bag, the chain tangles around the drive shaft and pulls him under.
Lychees. No, no. Oh. That's right. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna hold on to this. That's not chocolate pudding. Oh, it's so bad. Lychees. No, no. Oh.
I think I'm probably just gonna end the stream here since it's getting kind of late, and I just don't know what to do. So